Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone has slept well. Hope everyone's having a great week thus far. This is not going to be a long one. It's going to be a really quick one. So the title: Understanding What's Going On. As we know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the real world. There's a lot of nonsense going on in the YouTube universe. But I'm here to talk about what's going on in the real world. Yesterday, I wasn't on here. I think I wasn't on here for a couple of days because I am digesting what's happening in the real world. I'm digesting what's going on in the world as we live into it. Hey, Ezra, baby, how you doing? Hey, Rain, baby, how you doing as well? Everyone in the room, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, as we know, yesterday was the second impeachment from the House of Donald Trump. Now, quick little story is that at work, my supervisor asked what's really going on because he really don't understand politics, stuff like that. And so one of the ladies there tried to explain what's going on, and she made a statement that was untrue. Not really wrong, but it was just untrue and not accurate. So I went on to try to explain to her what actually is going on and to explain to him as well what's going on. And with that, she gets upset. So he asked me what's really going on, what is the impeachment about? And she said, all I know is that Donald Trump is gone. He's out. I'm like, well, that's not quite true. She wanted to get upset with me and take things personal or whatever. And well, you think you know everything. You think you know everything. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, I know this. You know what I'm saying? And with that, hey Britt, girl, how you doing, sweetheart? And with it, I just said no. The impeachment means that he was basically accused of the one article of insurrection was not. Now they have to go to trial. And what that means is that if he gets convicted in the Senate, because he already was, and I'm trying to explain to them was not like in the real world, you have to be indicted and then you are go to trial. Basically, what the House did was they indicted Donald Trump for the second time, which makes it really significant because he's the only president in the history of this country who has been impeached twice. And impeachment is basically an indictment, which means that you present the evidence to see if what he did was a crime and if he's worthy to be accused of a crime. And then from there, you take it to the Senate. What's up, baby? How you doing, Italian Queen, baby? Love Blake. How you doing, baby? And you take it to the Senate, and that is the Senate actually is the trial itself, where he needs three-quarters of the vote in order for him to be convicted. So then, I think the reason why everyone is saying, well, it makes no sense because he only has 6 days. But if he's convicted in the Senate, which is the trial, the House is the actual indictment process, which is already done now. But that takes away a lot of things that he have. He can't run for federal office again, which means that he can't run for president in 2024, which I think that they would say he was planning on doing. It also limits his Secret Service protection. It also relinquishes the fact that he don't get that 400 plus thousand dollars a year that all presidents get for the rest of their life. It limits a lot of different things. The office that he will have paid for by the government, and also the presidential library, all these different things that presidents get and have, he won't get because he will be convicted of a crime and kicked out of office. And I tried, hey Tim, how you doing, baby? And I tried to you know, explain, I know a little bit about something, Tam, not much. Hey View, baby, how you doing? I'll hit you up in a second. I saw your thing just now. Um, and it limits a lot of the power that even ex-presidents have if he's convicted in the Senate. So she gets upset, well, it's not, with me as to think that I'm trying to be a know-it-all, which I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. All I'm trying to do is just explain to us, our people, that everything that you see on TV is not as it seems. There's a lot more in depth that goes on with it and a lot more happening that we need to be patient with and make sure that we understand what's happening. That's why the title, hence the title of you know, the live, understanding what's really going on. Because all of us think that just because he is impeached, Bill Clinton was impeached once. He didn't get kicked out of office. He still had, months to go. I think he was impeached. Trump was impeached back in December of 19. You know what I'm saying? He still was in office doing his stuff. That's why we're going through what we're going through today. Impeachment does not mean that you automatically get kicked out of office. It means that you're impeached and there's a stain on your presidency. It also means that if the Senate don't have 3/4 of the vote to say that you are guilty of whatever you've been impeached of, whatever article you was impeached of, you still get all the things of president. Right now, he just has a huge stain on his record as being the only president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. But if he's convicted, which I think he should be, just my personal opinion, because I think that he's been inciting this for the past 4 years, even before the 4 years that he's been in office. He was inciting all this when he came down the escalator and said that all Mexicans, all they do is send us their rapists and their criminals. That right there was incitement to this point right here, a build up for all this. But I was just trying to explain to her, so I had to pull up on Google what impeachment actually means. And then she wants to get upset because I'm like, why are you taking it? Why are you mad, baby? I'm just trying to make you more informed of what you're talking about. So when you go into conversations with us, not about this, if you ever choose to, again, you are well informed of what's going on. You are not up here just spitting off rhetoric that doesn't make sense. You have to really understand what's happening. You have to really understand the significance of what you say, because just like we want to hold Donald Trump's words as accountable as that, we have to hold ourselves just as accountable as we want to hold him, because we don't want to sit here and put out false narratives and false pretenses or whatever, and then act like people are supposed to believe us, but yet go against him. Hey, Indie Cakes, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, exactly, Lorraine, baby, exactly. Buchanan won his, so therefore he couldn't be kicked out of office. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think that, oh, impeachment just means that you're gone. No, impeachment, like I said, that is like you've been indicted by a grand jury. If when you're impeached, you still got to go to trial, which is at the Senate. And when Bill Clinton went to the Senate, was that he won his case. You know what I'm saying? Or he didn't lose his case. I should say, because 3/4 of the people did not vote against him or against the charges against him. I should say. People don't understand, like, even in the real world, if you're indicted, don't mean you're automatically guilty. Doesn't mean you automatically did that. Yes, I did see that. I see. Trust me, I'm on CNN right now. It's just on mute. I'm on CNN right now. It's on mute. Like, I'm really. I think it's one of my favorite subjects in school was civics and history. Well, all the subjects pretty much was my favorite subjects. I like math and English as well. But I really do enjoy civics. I really do enjoy history. And it's like people need to really understand that, you know what I'm saying? Before you start talking about stuff and giving out false narrative, anyway, you must have some type of understanding of the basic principles of what's going on in this country involving politics and the political system. A lot of people just think that, oh well, this is a two-party system, although that's mainly what it is. But we also have other parties as well that at one point was gaining some type of traction. Independence is gaining traction. The Green Party is gaining some type of traction. The Tea Party is gaining some type of traction. Was not. So at different points in history, was not. There are always possibly is going to be a three or more party system. Now the two dominant parties are the Republicans and the Democratic parties, but there's always these other little fractions of people who would think differently, who want their way of thinking, their way of living, their way of moving to be part of the majority opposed to part of the minority. We got to think about those things, because even in Congress right now, there are independents in there as well. There are a couple of independents. I forgot the names of these people, was not, but there are also some independent people who are in these parties as well. But I just want to make sure that we are very clear when we speaking on these things, especially as a black people, especially as a people of color, especially as people of minority, that we are very tuned into what's going on. Because when we're not tuned in, we actually hinder and harm ourselves by speaking what I say ignorance, and not ignorance as you being stupid, but ignorance as in not knowing or grasping the true gravity of what's going on. Well, he said he know now his job is on the line, and he said it's 100 more Republicans that want to vote against him. But And that's exactly true. That's exactly true, Italian Queen baby. And that's the problem with that. And the thing is, but yesterday during the whole debate in the House, I heard I forgot who it was, but they said that we need to stop looking at what we're going to lose and look at what's best for this country. And that's what I think is really true. A lot of Republicans, I think they know that what happened was wrong, but they're so afraid that they're going to lose their position when up for reelection. And that's more so true in the House of Representatives than it is in the Senate. So that's why, although 10 representatives voted, well, 10 Republican representatives voted against Trump. That's why there was 190 plus more voted for him because they are afraid to lose with his constituents. You know what I'm saying? And their constituents because they support Trump. But at the same time, if you were someone who stand on principles and the values of the Constitution, you would truly understand that Trump does not control anything. You know, and the people that I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want that type of support from people who follow blindly. But like I always say, you guys, just like I say, what's going on YouTube is a microcosm of what's going on in the real world. I don't want people around me on YouTube who's just going to follow blindly or follow one person blindly and not actually, saying, think about what's going on and think of what's best for the world. That's what I always say. Be a productive citizen of the world, not just be a content creator on YouTube or a subscriber on YouTube. Do what makes you a better citizen of the world, a global citizen. If not just just not the USA, but the world. Make sure that what you put out there is something that you can stand by, that you can live with, and that you can live on, and have your generations after you live on that same principle and those same type of things. Hey, Shakira, baby, how you doing? Yeah, we need 17 Republicans to change. Yeah, to charge him exactly to make him. Yeah, we need 17 Republicans from the Senate to do that. They said they see a way that like 7 or 8 is going to do it, but they said it's kind of hard if they're voting the way the House did. It's kind of hard for them to see 17 doing it. But yeah, we definitely need 17 Republicans to vote along the same lines of convicting him, because that would be 3/4 of the Senate, and you need 3/4 of the Senate to do that. But then, like, do you want to pay for Donald Trump's security for the rest of his life? Do you want to pay for? Do you want to give him, I'm saying, 400 some $1,000 a year for the rest of his life, all of our tax money, when he done caused an insurrection here in the country? See, I think those type of debates that they should have been having yesterday was not what is it that we want, what is it that we're going to tell our children and our grandchildren, what is it that we're going to, how are we going to be looked at not just now but in history, because your votes are recorded. So are you going to be, your legacy of your name is going to be that you are a traitor of this country, or is the legacy of your name going to be that you chose the insurrection to support them? Yeah, I pray they do too. I pray they do too. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the type of things that we really need to be looking at, and well, actually not we, they need to be looking at, and we need to make it very evident to them what's not. We're watching you. We're watching what you're doing, we're watching how you're doing it, we're watching what you did, we're watching you over the past 4 years, and now all of a sudden it's trying to speak up now does not negate the fact that you have been complicit to this individual and his ideals and his ideology was not for the past 4 years. You have been complicit. You have been someone who watched him set fire and did nothing to put it out, did nothing to squash those things. It's just funny to me, was not. But like I said, we need to be very, very conscious and cognizant of what we're talking about and what we're discussing, especially in groups like that, and how we're presenting ourselves out here, because there's so much going on that people really don't see. Now, what happened to this country is horrible, and I said it from the very first day. We are living in history right now. We are actually a voice and a force in history right now. And if we don't take advantage of that and be very cognizant of that, history is going to repeat itself. That's why you think what happened on last Wednesday was a fluke accident. No, it was a compilation of 4 years of rhetoric. It was a compilation of people not saying anything, not people not standing up for anything, people not saying, hold up, that doesn't sound right. No, hold up, that's not true. So Tamika, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you, sweetheart. Exactly. You're right about that. Like, because he is that person that don't care about anyone but himself and what he can do for himself, how he can further grasp onto whatever wealth and or power that he can. And y'all heard him say also that if he can pardon himself, he's not going to pardon anybody else. But you must first, in order for you to have a pardon, you must first be convicted and accused of something. And then he said this before the impeachment happened. He said this, he said this, you know what I'm saying? It's just a selfish man's a selfish mindset. Not saying that anyone that needs to be pardoned that was part of this insurrection, they all need to burn in hell for all I care, or be shot in their face. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But yeah, it's just so funny to me how people don't see what's going on. Just like I say, the same thing happened here on YouTube. There's people out here purposely lying, purposely putting out false narratives in order for them to gain some type of power or be part of or close to what they perceive as someone powerful. Not knowing it, no, it doesn't work that way. You're going to be held complicit to everything that was revolving around that situation. Yes, his sons are just, I mean, his family, I don't want to say his sons, Ivanka is the same way. All of them. His children are all the same. Only one that's cool is the little the girl that's Marlo. What's her name? Marlo Thomas, Marlo Hampton, whatever her name is. Y'all know, y'all know about her daughter. She's the only one who got see as somewhat normal. Marlon Maples. Yeah, her. As somewhat normal. You know, like I said, that's why I can't get involved with all the bullshit that goes on here on YouTube. Now people want to argue, fuss, and fight, and wherever what someone else is doing, I can't get into that because there's real shit happening in this world that affects us, that affects how we live, how we going to live. And I know that there are small pockets of people that would who think that it doesn't affect them, but the reality is what's happening right now is affecting all of us. Will affect all of us, not only now but in the future and for future to come. You know, it's affecting how what policies are now. Y'all notice they closed down the Washington Mall until after the inaugurations. There's gates on I mean around the National Mall in Washington. That has never been done. People who just want to go there to see and view and be part of history was not have to not be that because of this whole insurrection. It's crazy. He very much is a cult leader. Very much is a cult leader. Exactly, Tim. This is history in the making. This is what we're going through right now. Yep, the mall is closed, which is crazy. Like crazy. Hasn't the mall ever been closed? Well, the mall has been closed, but the National Mall, has that ever been closed? Like that's crazy. Think about it. It is ridiculous. The people up here worry about nonsense, minutia, stuff that really is doesn't affect anything. What's going on in this country right now affects me, affects you, affects all of us. But yet we're worried about stuff. Who said, well, who wore this wig? Who did this review? Who cares? Who cares? Tam, they don't understand that. If we're not paying attention to have a accurate voice and have a true understanding of what's going on, we're going to lose. And all the people who say, well, voting don't matter, vote don't count. It doesn't. So what do you think now? If y'all would have voted the first time, we wouldn't be going through all this. If you would have voted 4 or 5 years ago, we wouldn't be handling or having to handle all this bullshit right now. At least not on this level. Because he would have been squashed, his voice would have been squashed. So everybody who's like, well, my vote don't count, my vote don't mean anything. Oh, right. A non-vote is a vote. Believe it or not. A non-vote is a vote. Not being able to have an opinion or say anything was not is you choosing to be quiet. It's just so funny to me how people just don't understand, how people don't comprehend how every action or every non-action has a reaction to it. It was shut down in 2013. Oh yeah, for the yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. But still, not for this reason. Not for this reason. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Hold on. Let me turn my volume on. What y'all talking about? Sorry, y'all. Damn it. Turn it down so it come back on. Okay. But yeah, it's just crazy. People don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Tim. If our votes don't count, why did they suppress it? Hey, Natalia, baby, how you doing? Good morning and happy New Year to you, sweetheart. If I didn't say anything to you, no problem, Natalia. Oh, Natalia, you know I had to check him. You know I had to check, baby. You know I had to check. You know I had to. I had to, baby. But yeah, if our votes doesn't count, why do they suppress it? Why do they do everything in their power to try to stifle our voice? If our voice doesn't count, if our voice isn't there, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that at every turn they try to hinder us or detour us from speaking or having a voice, from redlining to jury rigging? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, you need to wake up. Like, y'all allow the minutia to get to you. You allow the nonsensical things to be something that you put in the forefront of what you're thinking, of what you're doing, opposed to actually thinking that, you know what I'm saying, or understanding that, you know, every vote does count. All voices need to be heard. And like I said, you don't have to agree with anything someone says, but there's a way to doing it to where you're not jeopardizing this country. Like I said, I don't want to be on here long, you guys. I just wanted to come on here quickly to say, you know what I'm saying, please understand what's going on right now in this world, in this country. I mean, forget about the world looking at us well as not. We should be looking at each other. We should be understanding and recognizing what's happening and what's going on. We need to have a clear understanding of what it is that we are allowing or not going to allow to happen in this world that involves us. We're very much in control of what's going on right now. All we have to do is take the time, the effort to, you know what I'm saying, push forward and speak out on it. Be the change that you really want to see. Be the change that you wish to have happen. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And we're allowing them to do that, Tam. We're allowing them to dumb us down. We're allowing them to spoon feed us the rhetoric that we have opposed to us going out there looking and learning and comprehending for ourselves. And it's just sad that that happens. You know what I'm saying? That we don't have the wherewithal, the gumption to open up our minds and look at things separately from what we're being told. Hey Sephora, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Sephora, I got you, baby. Also, I also said I'm gonna do a video on slave patrols and the modern police because basically they're the same thing. But I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do that next month for Black History Month. I'm gonna do a bunch of things for Black History Month next month. That is gonna be education on here. But yes, I will definitely make sure I do some salad dressings as well, baby. But yeah, it's really funny to me how people don't and can't comprehend. You know what I'm saying the importance of what's going on right now. exactly. Corona. Okay, we know it's crazy right now with the coronas, but yeah, it's just really, it's really crazy. 100 million cases in worldwide. Mm-mm-mm. I will, baby. But yeah, it's just really funny to me that what's going on right now. People are not really paying attention to it. People are not really understanding what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, y'all. I need to do a little workout before I get ready for work. I want to come to y'all really quickly. Was not to um, be some type of levity in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Not this YouTube BS, because this YouTube BS. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's BS. It's non-essential. But you guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for just letting me speak and vent to you guys and let you guys understand, talk about the true understanding and repercussions of what's going to happen in this world if we're not paying attention and we don't have a clear understanding of what's going on. As always, I love you guys. It's important that I love you. It's more important that you love yourself. You love someone else. You respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. If you haven't liked the video already, please hold up 1 second. Wait a second. Hold on. All these damn remotes. Appreciate your time on this day. Hope to see you back here this time tomorrow. Busy news day. Please stay with us. Beyond the kill, piece of our coverage right now. Have a good day. But yeah, you guys, hey Paulette, baby, how you doing? Get ready to get off, sweetheart. But y'all have a great day, you guys. Like if you haven't liked already, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll catch up on this stuff. I do all the workouts. Until then, y'all, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye bye.